Missouri ready to kick off to get us underway. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Wildcats offense as they take control of the football first. And we get our first look at Avery Johnson. More than 300 yards passing and a couple of touchdowns last time out. Off the play fake on first down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it?
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
The Wildcats now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. From the gun, the running back has it. Spins away from the defense. Gives him some room to operate as he rumbles ahead for 6 out to the 15-yard line.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. So Missouri's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And after that performance last week, Jesse, it'll be interesting to see if they can get the big tight end as involved as he was a week ago.
He really did, and he was good out in the field. He was good down near the red zone. He's a matchup problem that you know this quarterback is going to be trying to find early in this game. The defense has to have a plan for him, David. It'll be interesting to see how they try to defend him.
Right, and that's the problem. It's so hard when your best playmaker is a tight end to plan for him, because how you treat him is everything, and they can still run the football with him, and they can still throw it to him, and he's just a nightmare matchup. And, you know, you want to slow him down, like make some of those easy touches a little bit harder for him, but you know he's going to get his.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to run it in with Hardy. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And it really doesn't matter who plays quarterback in this offense, because Ahmad Hardy is option 1, 2, and 3. And you saw him a year ago, man. Not only does he have that home run speed to make big plays, but he also runs that stretch play so nice and breaks tackle.
Makes the grab in their space. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down.
QBs, when they see these zone coverages, man, some of them panic. Some of them throw it too quickly and can make bad decisions. I like how he waited a little bit, waited for the right window, the right opportunity. There's always going to be holes in zones. I just got to be a little bit patient.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit in coverage that forces the incompletion.
Simmons. Here's a heat. Finds the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
On 3rd down, here's Hardy. He's got enough for a Missouri first down.
And they get another first down. And this offense right now, man, it's just death by 1,000 cuts, right? Like not a lot of big plays, but they're finding ways to continue to move the football to get first downs. And a lot of times, man, the wear-out factor will come. You run a bunch of plays, and this defense can get tired.
Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down. Dropping back, it's Simmons. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. The Tigers, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Throwing Simmons. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And I like this offense. I like watching it, man. They find a way to make plays and spread the football around. But I'll tell you what, I think this QB has an eye for this guy because that's 3 TDs now in 4 games. He wants to find him to make plays, really starting to trust that receiver out wide.
On the run from inside his own 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Here's Simmons to throw. Looking down the middle. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking downfield at Simmons. He uncorks a bullet to the right. Pass is broken up downfield, and look who's there, the linebacker covering serious ground.
That's a great play by the defensive back, swatting away that football on that deep pass.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. Oh, did he unload on that? It's like there's helium in that one. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. He'll start this drive firing. Finds his man. It's White. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Looking for room. It's Jackson. Maybe some room here. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. After 1 quarter of play, let's take a look and see how these running backs are doing. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. On the option. Makes a man miss. It's a fumble. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move. There he goes to the right. Scoop and score. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Never quit on a play because you never know what will happen. How about him breaking the long run? I love the effort by the defense. Trailing him, getting there, and then they get to him and they make the big fumble. But how about the lucky break? The bounce towards the offensive player. He scoops it up, rolls into the end zone. What a big momentum-changing play.
Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Simmons. Grabbed behind the line. It's Hardy. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Got his man. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. The run inside. It's Hardy. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They'll stop it for a moment here as there's an injured Kansas State Wildcat down on the play. The freshman safety still down on the field as he's being attended to by the medical personnel. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Simmons. Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. They come through with the explosive play, and they'll have the first down, but we see a man who is slow to get up, and let's check on him. The Tigers are flying down the field. Throwing Simmons. Unloads to the wideout. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, I like this quarterback being aggressive and taking a shot. Just a better play there by the defense.
They'll give it to Hardy. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Looking to throw on first down. Hogs it downfield. Complete to the left. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
And sometimes when you hand it to these guys, man, it's hard to find lanes. It's very congested in the box. But nice job when you spread it out and you give him space by throwing him the football.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football, and you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping 2 hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs, these two teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go.
What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He lets it fly. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands with no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
Nah.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
You gotta love the aggressive nature this defense is playing with right now, and you're seeing the athletes and the dudes they've got up front. A sack on the last play, they hit the quarterback on this last one. Now 3rd down, you know they're gonna be pinning their ears back.
He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. Wildcats sending their offense onto the field. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. They go to the ground. Gets a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Johnson looking to throw. Finds his tight end. Still running at the 40. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the 1st half. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback will keep it. Short gain on the play before he slides. They'll go hurry up here.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Complete on the left to Williams. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Wants to throw on 3rd. Fires to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Kansas State will have to punt it away. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Here come the Missouri Tigers. The offense ready to go to work. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a 1st down. Let's see if they can put something together here. This drive will open from the 15. Here's Simmons to throw. Got a man. It's Lee. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10. Missouri gets to the line quickly.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a 1st down. Oh, and here they go again. 1st down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. Shoots it to the left. Makes a connection. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it right at midfield. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Austin Simmons firing again. Snagged in the middle, it's Lee. The Tigers will call a timeout, that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. They'll try to run it in with Hardy. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
I like the bounce back for this offense. You go 3 and out, they don't get frustrated. They don't get down. Nice job going back to the drawing board, creating some good plays. Now here in a rhythm, moving the football.
Timeout on the field. Missouri calls it second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Simmons. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
With the catch, it's Oakley. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. Now the Wildcats call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. He's got it. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Timeout taken here. Second one called by Kansas State. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Working that left side now. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Johnson wants to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
And I like the aggressive.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. He's going to throw deep right side. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, welcome into the EA Sports College Football Update Show, the Week 4 edition. So let's dive right in. We begin with New Mexico taking on the New Mexico State Aggies. And it's the Lobos looking to move to 4-0 on the young season. And they're in front right now, and they've done it with discipline. Kind of the calling card of this program. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big 12. Now back to your game at Memorial Stadium.
Kansas State will kick it off to start things in the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. We check in with Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, checking in with the Tigers head coach. He said this is exactly the type of game he was expecting. 2 solid defenses have made it very difficult to find points in the end zone today. The defenses have been terrific so far, really limiting what the other is able to do. Points are at a premium down here. Guys, you've got to believe that whoever makes the next mistake and has a turnover, that might be a significant change in this game. I'll keep you posted from the sidelines. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Throwing Simmons. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good third down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you wanted. Like the interception, the turnover. Good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down. At the end of that play, whistle's blowing as they check on an injured Tiger. Missouri comes to the line with another first down. To the air, it's Burns. Punts it out in the air. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
Nice job by the quarterback and receiver there working on the crossing route. And a big thing for the quarterback there, you've got to be able to give your receiver time to work through all the traffic, get by the linebackers in the middle of the field, and work all the way over to the other side. The offensive line has to give the quarterback time, and the QB's got to be patient, but it all worked out perfectly, and they're able to get a big play.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4.
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play, too, because a lot of times as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming, and immediately you want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play called, and he knew he could leave it on. Heads-up play by the QB.
He got it. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
A lot of times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on first down by this offense.
Touchdown, Missouri! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, drain the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn, and that's what we just saw on that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they are executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
And if I'm a QB, I'm calling my own number a lot, especially when it's successful like this. Continue to put me in good situations, continue to get positive chunks of yards. Yep, I'll keep that more.
Now the play fake. Oh, they're after him. Bought a little time, lets it go. Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. Nice directional kick there, like a solid iron shot. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this
turning it on! He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Here's Simmons to throw. Finds his big tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And it's hard to imagine a defense losing the big fella, losing the tight end, but where was the coverage? Something broke down right there between linebackers and safeties to try to figure out where he was. He's the beneficiary, catches the football, a lot of grass in front of him to make a big play.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run. And because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
They'll stop the clock for an injured Wildcat. And the Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to throw, it's Simmons. Rushes on him. It's complete to the right. Finds a crease at the 20. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season. And, man, you know he's looking for more.
On 1st and goal, Missouri will try to strike Pater. Go. Simmons. Into the end zone. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And that is a big-time play. We might go back and circle that one, man. Like, this game is so close. It gets back and forth, right? Like, it could go any direction. Those are the type.
And he's in. Touchdown, Tigers.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. The returner will field it and bring it back. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Kansas State will get things going as they take over on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
That ought to be enough to give Kansas State the first down.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Wide receiver going in motion. There he goes. The 30, at the 20. He was loose and setting sail, and they stop him at the 6-yard line.
Man, what a run by the quarterback. I got to tell you, if I was his coach, I would tell him, hey, man, at any point in this game, if you just feel like taking off and running, go for it. Just go right ahead, because he can do things like that. That's an RPO.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
And they get him, and they'll lose yardage on that completion.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. I mean, you'd like to think your receiver in space can make a linebacker miss, but that's just a better job tackling by the defense.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash. Absolutely center cut. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And he's going to try to return this one. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Throwing Simmons. Fires to the middle. It's caught. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the third quarter. As we head to the fourth quarter, this guy is seeing the defense. Look how he spread the ball around.
And this offense, you can tell, just still feeling confident. Like, they have the lead. It's the fourth quarter. First down, that's not a running play. That's a passing play. They're really in a rhythm, feeling good about themselves.
So first down will open up the final period. Looking to throw at Simmons. Gets open down the middle. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Grab behind the line. It's Lee. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
Throws to the wideout. Connection to the right. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Simmons to the air again. Here comes the heat. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
They'll line up for a second down play. Here's Simmons to throw. It's complete to the left. Just steamrolling the defense. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on first and goal. Out of the gun, looking to throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
It's just a tremendous effort on defense, understanding the situation, right? Offense has the ball in a goal-to-go situation. Someone's got to win and go get the quarterback, and the defense came up big.
To throw, it's Simmons. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. And now, with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And
ball is loose. Offense scoops it up and still going. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. And the Wildcats come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Running inside, it's Jackson. At the 45, on his way. Right down the gut of the field. The 10, to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
28, Kansas State, 17.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Missouri's offense heads out ready to go. So that last touchdown made it a two-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. He'll be stopped after picking up 5, and boy, did he lower those pads and keep those feet moving.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right?
Might have a chance. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. The Tigers just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Simmons. Quick completion on the out route. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play up.
Unleashes one deep. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to throw. It's Simmons. Fires deep toward the end zone. In the end zone, he's got it! Touchdown, Tigers! They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their fourth straight win.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Wildcats come out to get things going on offense. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the right. Complete downfield. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Makes the grab on the left. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Kansas State pushing the pace.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. They make the tackle at the 33, and it is well short of the first down. They're going to go for it, and they're not going to huddle here on fourth down. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Throws for the tight end. Snags it, and there's running room. Oh, what a cut! He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Now from inside the red zone. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Wildcats. And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to tack one more on their score.
Yeah, how about the design of the play? Doing a great job. Get it to your man, your running back, now turn receiver in space, and let him do damage. Let him catch the football. He can do the rest. Be that special player in space that you know he is, and get into the end zone.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time. They had a much better field position this time around. They'll start this drive going to the air. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Gets the back moving. To the air on 2nd down. This time he's got it. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big game. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
He's got an open man. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. So the defense uses a timeout here. 2:08 remaining on the clock. They didn't want it to get down to the 2-minute stoppage. They'll run it. It's Hardy. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. Fielded in the end zone, it's Lockett. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Well, the last time they had it, the long field didn't bother them in the least, and they'll try to do it again. Snags a quick pass on the left. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. The play-action fake. Fires to the tight end. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up. And you
wide open on the right. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Johnson looking to throw. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Here's the pressure. Finds us back in the middle. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Kansas State quick to the line. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Quick step and go. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State.
That play calling menu just gets so much bigger when I got a guy, Jesse, that can do this. Like, he can run the football, such a weapon. We saw it all throughout this game so far, and you see it once you get closer to that red area, man. You get that +1 advantage having your quarterback that can be a running threat.
And the frustrating part for a defense, too, is that even when you're right, you're wrong. We've seen on some of these runs today, guys have been in position to make a tackle, but they just can't get him down on the ground. He's got that dynamic running ability. He's a true dual threat, and right now he's given this defense all they can handle.